Hi. Today is a Monday. This man, Muhoozi, the commander of our military forces, wrote on his Twitter a few days ago. He said, if this current US ambassador does not apologize to Muhoozi, referring to his dad, by Monday morning, 9 a.m., for his undiplomatic behavior in our country, we will demand he leaves Uganda. We have no problem with the USA. As I have said many times, it is a country we love and admire. But lately, we have a lot of evidence that they have been working against the NRM government. He gave him an ultimatum. Leave our country now, 9 a.m. on Monday. Read that again. Read that again. If this current US ambassador does not apologize to Muhoozi personally by Monday morning, 9 a.m. for his undiplomatic behavior in our country, we will demand he leaves Uganda. We have no problem with the USA, as I have said many times, and it is a country we love and admire. But lately we have a lot of evidence that they have been working against the NRM government. He was very specific, Monday 9 a.m. I don't want to be the announcer of the bad news, Muhoozi. William Pope, the US ambassador to Uganda, is still in Uganda and is not leaving. But do you know what happened when all this stuff happened? Muhoozi had to delete this tweet. Muhoozi deleted this tweet. Come on. He deleted this tweet. And as he always does, I'll come to that. But let me get back here to what he says. But lately we have a lot of evidence that they have been working against the NRM government. Where is all this evidence? These folks have developed a new way of spreading misinformation, is to authoritatively speak without any proof or evidence. He says, we have a lot of evidence, not a single one of them has been brought to light. We have a lot of evidence. Please show the US and the world the evidence you have that the US government is working against the regime. It's not a government, actually. It's a regime. The regime of your dad. Zero. Recently, his father, Museveni, came out and claimed that in the last election, 2021 election, his political opponent, Bobi Wine, stole from him or had, I don't know what he claims, that he had over 1 million votes that he didn't have to have. He shouldn't have had. No proof whatsoever. And he said, oh, now I have proof. These are not my words, watch.
I have now got all the evidence that in the last election, Noop cheated by 1 million votes. I have the facts. Noop can take me to court.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Like a father, like a son. There's no proof whatsoever. There's no evidence. Oh, now I have proof. Bobi Wine cheated with over 1 million votes. Prove your case, Mr. Museveni. An apple doesn't fall far from the tree. But in the mind of Mr. Museveni, this is the one who wants him to replace him. And as you know, after deleting, he always wants cameras and attention to always be focused on him. He went on now to launch a racist, very abhorrent attack against the white people. This is what he said. My white friends in the US used to tell me about a concept called manifest destiny. Meaning, the Bazungu, he was referring to the white people, in the United States were destined by God to expand in North America and massacre the poor red Indians. Let me make this prophecy today. Okay, now he's a prophet. Listen to this prophet. The manifest destiny of the entire world is black. In 300 years, the only human beings in the universe will be black and beautiful. What? This is, I even lose words. Let's read again what he said. He said, and I quote, "My white friends in the US used to tell me about a concept called manifest destiny." Manifest destiny. Meaning the Bazungu, white people, in the United States were destined by God to expand in North America and massacre the poor red Indians. Let me make this prophecy today. The manifest destiny of the entire world is black. In 300 years, the only human beings in the universe will be black and beautiful. Oh my God. This is the commander of our military forces. Now, he's getting, his ignorance. He says, my white friends in the USA used to tell me about a concept called manifest destiny. It shows you that he's not even read about this concept because it's just Google search away. You can read about this. Our world comes from dark, unbelievable situations. I mean, our history, the history of man, is as dark as you can imagine. Bad. And there was a time when a few folks, not all of them, believed this. That's why not all white people are in the USA. Some are in Europe, and to mention but a few. Some group of folks came up with this idea, just like we had Uganda. In my tribe, where you belong, we had a group of folks who believed that they were superior than others, but they all belonged in one tribe. The superior ones called themselves Abahima, cattle keepers, and they referred to the inferior ones as Abiru, slaves. We cannot get rid of this by doing the same. We should be willing to turn the page, forget the past, chart a new way. This is Hitler in the making. This is the definition of evil. But no one is going to reign over him. No one is going to tell him this is wrong. A commander of the military force cannot say these things. But because he was looking at something that could take attention away from the ultimatum that didn't work, so he's like, okay, now let me attack a group of the white people. What's wrong with Muhoozi? What's wrong with Muhoozi? He's attacking now a group of people who don't know. I cannot stress enough how many American citizens don't know about this concept. Just like so many other concepts that people don't know about Africa. Can we turn the page? Can we look at the future? Can we spread love and speak reconciliation, speak forgiveness and kindness and unity? Recently, I was talking about the governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker, gave a wonderful speech where he was talking about who a smart person is and an idiot. And I'm going to play you this speech, then I'll come back on the other side to conclude this.
The best way to spot an idiot: look for the person who is cruel. Let me explain. When we see someone who doesn't look like us, or sound like us, or act like us, or love like us, or live like us, the first thought that crosses almost everyone's brain is rooted in either fear or judgment, or both. That's evolution. We survived as a species by being suspicious of things that we aren't familiar with. In order to be kind, we have to shut down that animal instinct and force our brain to travel a different pathway. Empathy and compassion are evolved states of being. They require the mental capacity to step past our most primal urges. This may be a surprising assessment because somewhere along the way in the last few years, our society has come to believe that weaponized cruelty is part of some well-thought-out master plan. Cruelty is seen by some as an adroit cudgel to gain power. Empathy and kindness are considered weak. Many important people look at the vulnerable only as rungs on a ladder to the top. I'm here to tell you that when someone's path through this world is marked with acts of cruelty, they have failed the first test of an advanced society. They never forced their animal brain to evolve past its first instinct. They never forged new mental pathways to overcome their own instinctual fears. And so, their thinking and problem solving will lack the imagination and creativity that the kindest people have in spades. Over my many years in politics and business, I have found one thing to be universally true. The kindest person in the room is often the smartest.
You realize that this man has not gone past his animal instincts. He's seeking revenge, starting up unwanted wars. You know, I usually tell you about one of the reasons as why Napoleon Bonaparte was defeated, more especially in the last battle he fought, the Moscow campaign, I think 1814. He fought so many wars, he didn't know where to stop. He thought that he was greater than any person who had ever lived. That's how he ended up at the island of Elba. Muhoozi, Kainerugaba, please wake up. But as I conclude this, I usually want to speak to our serving military officers and policemen and everyone in the military and police, our security organs. Is this what you stand for? Can we have one person stand and speak against this man? Hey, I am Mordecai, I am nothing. But if a military general, a colonel, a captain, a lieutenant speaks up and says, Muhoozi Kainerugaba, this is wrong, maybe he will listen. Why does he continue embarrassing us, putting our reputation of our military at risk, and you're all quiet? Why do you allow this man to have everything he can to embarrass our country, to lead us to a brink of a diplomatic crisis, and you're all quiet? Come on, guys. This is not how we behave. A country cannot be led like this. Someone should come and reign over this guy. With our military and everyone we have in our country, Museveni is getting ready to hand over power to this man. This is what you want to be led? And I know many of you are afraid, but please, not all of us can be afraid. One of us should stand up, and I believe one of us is going to stand up against this man. Might not even be one of us. There could be 10 of us, 20 of us, 30 of us, or even 50,000 of us. This is wrong. Cash.
Did you enjoy what you just watched? I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Marissa YouTube channel? Thank you.